Good morning. Happy Monday, beautiful beings. This is Jennifer speaking. I am hoping that you can hear me better. I had some technical difficulties yesterday. So anyone who is here, if you can just thumbs up me so I know you can hear me, that'd be awesome. I really wanted to talk. First of all, I named this Feeling the Funk and how to shift and release it. So as some of you know, hi Greg, as some of you know, I've had issues with my left eye, and I ended up having Crohn's in my head, and it went into my eye at the end of September, and I was in the process of getting it done with. Basically, I've been taking drops for it and antivirals for it, and I went to the doctor on Thursday, and they said that I've been weaning off my meds, and they said that it actually has gotten worse. And I'm not gonna lie, I really felt bad after that appointment. I felt disappointed. There was some fear mixed in with that, and I also felt a little angry. And, you know, I listen to Abraham daily, I listen to Wayne Dyer, I do my best to try to stay positive and be in a high vibration so that I know that I can attract more in my life. And this put me in a little spin, and I felt the funk all day Friday. I was just not myself. I was feeling just kind of blah, and I knew it, and I accepted it. I wasn't thinking anything other than this sucks. and so I woke up on Saturday morning, and I said, you know, Jen, you got to get out of the house. You got to stop feeling this way. And I think that is the turning point, beautiful beings, when you do feel funky, is really to acknowledge it and not to stay in it. Really, the releasing of it is knowing you want more. Once you get to the point of saying, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to feel fear-based and feel anxiety and feel stressed, and I just don't want this in my life. I know that every thought that I think is manifesting. It creates momentum, and I want to be in a good place. So I think people that the first step is to really acknowledge it. And thank you, Kathy. Hi, Edmund. Hi, Gretchen. Hi, Doe. I really think the first step is to acknowledge it, and the second step is to want more. Because once you want more in your life, that is when things change. That is when you get control. You say, I want more, and you look at it from afar. Once I was able to step out of the funk, because I was in the funk, I was feeling crappy, I was upset, I was mad, I was confused. But once I was able to step out of it and say, okay, I'm mad, I'm confused, and this doesn't feel good, at that point, that is when I had the power. I took the power back, and I said, okay, now, moving forward from this point, I have a choice. I can either stay in the funk and create more momentum and more negativity in my life, or I could step out of it. And at that point, that's when I stepped out of it. And I went to a beautiful park, and I walked around. I know what makes me feel good. And I think that's the other thing, is know what makes you feel good. It's really innate. If it's putting good music on, if it's going to a pretty park, if it's playing with your dog or cat, if it's going to see a funny movie, or whatever it is that makes you feel good, no matter how silly it might be, do it. At that point, once you realize that you want more, please go and do something positive for yourself, because it'll raise your vibration and it'll bring you more in your life. So I have to tell you, I was at this park, and it was a beautiful park, and I was still in the funk, but I had kind of faked it to make it. And I drove down there. It was a beautiful day, and I walked around, and I was watching little kids with their little bikes, and I even saw a marriage proposal, and just watching the geese in the pond, and it was just a beautiful day. And as I was walking and people watching, and feeling good and feeling the sun on me, I forgot all about my eye. I started focusing on the now. And that's really the fourth step, is to get into the now. Don't get away from the past and get away from the future. Get back into the now. And so once I was back in the now, life was good. There wasn't any worries. There wasn't any fear. I was just enjoying feeling my feet on the cement, feeling the sun on my face, just accepting and appreciating. And that was my next step, was I was appreciating now. I went up from the fear to acceptance, to wanting to change, to doing something to change, to appreciation. And so I was raising up. And so as I was getting higher in vibration, I ended up going on a trail that not as many people were on. I just wanted to be alone with nature and kind of get back into myself. And so as I was walking, it was so beautiful. I was walking down, and there was this man. He was sitting on a bench. And I came down and I said, hi. And he said, hi, how are you? And I said, I'm great. This is a beautiful day. I was already high in my vibration. I was doing good. And I said, how are you doing? And he said, I am loved. And it stopped me in my tracks. First of all, what a beautiful response. I thought, I didn't even know what to say. I said, yes, we all are, and, enjoy your day, but I am loved. What a beautiful response when somebody says, because we say this all the time, how are you? Oh, I'm fine. Oh, I'm good. One of them is I'm blessed, which is a beautiful response. But I truly believe he was an angel for me, because when he said I am loved, everything shifted even higher for me. I said, you know what? I sat down at a bench, and instead of hating my eye and really kind of upset about everything, I shifted it, and I love my eye now. I've poured love into my eye. I poured love into this contrast that I'm dealing with. As much as I don't like seeing life behind glass, I poured love into these glasses. You have to change your perspective on things, and once you do, everything around you changes. I've had a beautiful weekend, and I'm back in the same place I was on Friday, and I went from Friday to Monday to take on the week, feeling good, feeling pretty, feeling powerful, and I guess it was just a beautiful reminder to even let you know that you are so loved. And that I think once you learn to love your challenge, once you learn to appreciate your contrast, as hard as that can be sometimes, even if you have to fake it to make it, even once you learn to shift that and focus on the solution instead of the problem, because in every problem there's a solution, and we have a choice to either focus on the problem or focus on the solution. And I just wanted to connect with you guys and let you know that I love you, and that I know we're all one, and we're all going through some funk. It's just inevitable in this life. We're going to have ups and downs. And if we can just find a way to recognize the funk from afar, that's the first step. It's being in the funk, but once you say, I'm in a funk, that's when you now have the power, and you can stay in the funk, or you can get away from the funk. You can focus on something else. You can go out in nature. Do anything that you can do to raise your high vibration, to get out of that place, because all that fear and all that anxiety and all that frustration and the madness and the sadness that you're feeling is okay. Just don't stay in it. That's the main thing. If you stay in that, you're so beautiful and so amazing, and you're so powerful, and we are deliberate creators. And so wherever you're staying in, whatever you're feeling at that moment, you're creating more of it. And I know, as much as I don't like something I did with my eye, I've created it. I was under a ton of stress. I allowed my body to stress out about certain circumstances and certain people, and And this is really a lesson from the universe saying, you know, Jen, you got to stop stressing. You got to stop living other people's lives because your body is affected by it. And sweeties, once your life, once your health, it's a harder road up. It's not inevitable. I mean, it's not you're not incapable of getting it, but it's harder when your health is affected. So get it ahead of time. Get where you're at, accept it, and get out of it as soon as you can with good music or a good walk or out in nature or whatever you have to do. You know that when you're feeling what you're feeling, just feel different. Get out of it, because what you're creating is momentum, and you're going to create what you don't want. And that's the opposite of what you want. So focus on something good, focus on something beautiful, focus on something powerful. Everything is within. And I just wanted to let you guys know that. And I also believe that I'm going through a lot of this because I'm here with you. And in that perspective, I'm grateful for it, because I can help even just a couple of you guys just to look at your contrast just a little differently, shift it a little bit more than you are. That's worth it for me, because I know I'm strong, I know my body's strong, and I know I'm going to get through this. And I know you're going to get whatever you're going to do. And believe it or not, you can do that now. Just shift your perspective, sweet beings. That's all you got to do. Just allow it, get that power back, and choose now whether you want to stay it, whether you want to leave it, and just focus on that solution rather than the problems. We just have to raise our vibration high enough so that we can see the solution. Just that, you're off and running. My beautiful beings, I have to go, but I love you. I wish you a beautiful, manifesting, inspirational day. Thank you for all of your likes. Thank you for all of your posts. I'm going to do live videos every week, if not sooner. So subscribe down below if you want to be notified. I really make more new inspiration every time I'm on here, and hoping that something that I say clicks with you, because I love you, and we're all one, and I help myself. I want to share it with you, because I believe that I can help you too. And thank you. I work every day, trying to get myself into a high vibration level. That's what it's all about. It's all about you have the power to shift that perspective, shift that vibration. We're all frequencies. Everything is energy. If we want more in our life, we just got to shift our energy up higher and attract what we want. It's through the law of attraction. I highly recommend you listen to Sam, and Louis Hay. They're teachers. They're beautiful teachers. And they really kind of help us the rough times and help us through the great times. So, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Please send a message to me with this video. It will warm my heart deeply, and subscribe if you want to hear more inspiration from me. Okay? I love you. Have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you sooner. Take care. Bye, sweet beings.